आसमां state, it will be operational, full-fledged, and effective service will be provided.
न्याय सबके लिए।
Now I request Honorable Sri Justice P. Navin Rao Garu, Judge High Court for the State of Telangana and Executive Chairman, Telangana State Legal Service Authority to kindly address on this occasion.
Honorable Justice Ujjal Bhuyan, Chief Justice, Telangana High Court, and Executive Chair, Partner-in-Chief, State Legal Service Authority, my dear brother and sister judges, Registrars of the High Court, Secretary Legal Service Authority, Director, State Judicial Academy, press and media, the judicial officers, principal district judges and judicial officers who have joined online. Good morning to all of you. Well, legal services authorities are providing legal services, legal aid to the accused convicts who are in custody or otherwise falling within the eligibility criteria as specified under Section 12 of the Legal Services Authorities Act 87. Legal services, legal aid is also being provided at pre-arrest, remand, trial and appellate stages in criminal matters. Either two cases are assigned to panel lawyers by legal services institutions. Panel lawyers to whom legal aid matters were assigned also have private practice and as such were not able to devote the time exclusively to the legal aid matters. Most of the time, their accessibility and availability remained an issue for timely client consultation, updating the legal aid beneficiaries about the progress of their cases. In order to strengthen and making legal services more professional, National Legal Service Authority has adopted a legal aid delivery based model, that is Legal Aid Defense Counsel system, for providing legal aid in criminal matters on the lines of public defender system. As envisaged under the scheme, Legal Aid Defense Counsel system involved full-time engagement of lawyers with suitable support system. Office of LADCS deals exclusively with the legal aid work in criminal matters in the district headquarters where it is situated. The Office of LADCS will create institutional capacity to effectively provide legal aid to the needy in the criminal justice system. The primary objective of LADCS is to provide qualitative and competent legal services in criminal matters to eligible persons and also to manage and implement a legal aid system in a professional manner. LADCS shall be providing legal services from the early stages of criminal justice, which shall also include visits to the jails for catering the legal aid needs of unrepresented inmates. Apart from the above, the Office of LADCS shall also provide the following services: legal aid service assistance to all the individuals visiting the Office of LADCS, representation conducting trial and appeals in miscellaneous work in all sessions, special and magistrate courts, including executive courts, handling remand and bail work, providing legal assistance at pre-arrest stage as per NALSA scheme, any other legal aid work related to district courts or as assigned by the Secretary DLSA, periodic visits of jails, prisons of the districts under the guidance of the Secretary DLSA. As per the directions of the NALSA, in the first phase, 16 districts in the state of Telangana were identified for implementation of the LADCS. During the period from February 2023 till date, the Chief Legal Aid Defense Counsels were entrusted with 330 cases, out of which 20 cases are disposed. Deputy Chief Legal Aid Defense Counsel were entrusted with 66 cases and disposed of 14 cases. And Assistant Legal Aid Defense Counsels are entrusted with 428 cases and disposed of 70 cases. They were also trained in the Judicial Academy. In the second phase, we are now opening the offices in the remaining 17 districts. So far, we have appointed 11 Chief Legal Aid Defense Counsels, 12 Deputy Chief Legal Aid Defense Counsels, and 12 Assistant Legal Aid Defense Counsels in the offices of Legal Aid Defense Counsel system in the state. They will be trained and motivated to do the legal aid service and to achieve the objects for which the system is evolved. I hope that the system will be successful. With our experience of working in 16 districts, the progress is good and encouraging, and I hope with the full-fledged inauguration of the legal aid defense council system in all the districts in the state, it will be operational, full-fledged, and effective service will be provided to the needy. I wish all the districts where the new legal aid defense council systems are now established hearty success and will give better results for us. Thank you.
Thank you, Miller, for valuable message. Now I request His Lordship's Honorable Sri Justice Ujjal Bhuyan, Chief Justice, High Court for the State of Telangana and Patron-in-Chief, Telangana State Legal Service Authority, to kindly address the gathering on this occasion.
Executive Chairman of Telangana State Legal Services Authority, Justice P. Navin Rao, my esteemed colleagues of the High Court for the State of Telangana, Registrar General and Registrars of this High Court, Member Secretary, Telangana State Legal Services Authority, High Court Legal Aid Committee, Principal District Judges of all the districts, Judicial Officers, my friends from the press and media, Director Judicial Academy, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning to all of you. Well, a similar function we had on 3rd of February. It's been 4 months. There, on that particular day, we had virtually launched 16 defense legal aid system. Today we are launching in 17 districts to complete the entire state of Telangana. This only goes to show that we are on the right track. Friends, legal aid or legal services, when we speak about these expressions, these are all facets of access to justice. And access to justice is, in my view, one of the fundamental features of our Constitution and our justice delivery system. Providing legal aid to an indigent accused is a mandate of the Constitution, it's a mandate under the Legal Services Authorities Act, and therefore the scheme has been framed. All this while, providing legal aid or legal services was virtually on a ad hoc basis, case-wise basis. In the High Court, the Legal Aid Committee would appoint a lawyer who would assist the court, likewise in the districts. Now this system seeks to structurize, we will have to have a structured place so that right from pre-arrest stage, an accused can have the legal aid to him. Well, this concept of legal aid or legal services or access to justice, it has evolved over the years. It was not so during the early years of our Constitution. If we look back into our constitutional history, in 1951 there was a case from the Punjab in the Supreme Court, Tara Singh versus State of Punjab, when the old CRPC was in place. In 98, CRPC was in place. There, the bench observed, in the context of section 340 of the old CRPC, that right of an accused person to a lawyer is a privilege given to him, and that it was his duty to ask for a lawyer if he wanted to engage one or to get his relations engage one for him. That was in 1951. Supreme Court said that it was a privilege to seek the services of a lawyer. It took 27 years for the view to change when in Madhav Hoskot versus State of Maharashtra, it's a case of 1978. Of course, in between, lot of constitutional developments had taken place. In this case, Supreme Court held that right to free legal aid is a guaranteed fundamental right under Article 21. So the wheel has turned a full circle in 27 years from a privilege. Now it has been declared as a right guaranteed under Article 21. Of course, the law has thereafter evolved. In Husainara Khatun, we all know the series of Husainara Khatun judgments. Right to speedy trial has been held to be within the sweep of Article 21. In Sukdas versus State of Arunachal Pradesh, Supreme Court has categorically held that a trial without offering legal aid to an indigent accused at the expense of the state will be vitiated and the conviction will be set aside. So by expansive interpretation, Supreme Court has held that the right of an indigent accused to legal aid arises from the moment he is produced before a magistrate. It does not require any application from the accused. Right to fair trial, right to speedy trial are now recognized as rights implicit under Article 21. There can be no fair trial without legal representation, and therefore the concept of legal aid. There are a lot of judgments in between we need not go into, from Prem Shankar to Citizens for Democracy, to Kadra Pahadia, to Francis Corali, to the Sheila Barse case, then series of Sunil Batra cases. Now the law has evolved that whether one is an accused at the stage of investigation or in an under trial prisoner at the stage of trial or a prisoner post conviction, he is entitled to be treated with dignity befitting a human being, and that legal detention does not mean that a prisoner is denuded of all his rights or can be ill-treated or tortured in detention just because one is a prisoner. It does not mean ipso facto that all his fundamental rights will desert him. The impact of these judgments were so profound that Parliament enacted the Legal Services Act 1987, providing a statutory framework for legal aid. Preamble to the Act says that it has been enacted to constitute legal service institutions to provide free legal aid, free and competent legal services to the weaker sections of the society, to ensure that opportunities for securing justice are not denied to any citizen by reason of economic or other disabilities. The concept of legal aid has continued to be expanded by the Supreme Court in subsequent judgments. In Raju Ramakant versus State of MP 2012, Supreme Court has once again reiterated that legal aid has to be provided at all stages, not merely at the trial stage. In the Ajmal Kasab case, Supreme Court observed that it is the duty of the magistrate to make the accused aware of his right to be defended by a legal practitioner of his choice, and if he has no means to engage a lawyer of his choice, the state has to provide one. It is in this backdrop that the Legal Aid Defense Council system is being conceptualized to provide for a structured and institutionalized legal aid defense system to the needy instead of providing legal aid on an ad hoc basis. It was implemented as a pilot project in about 22 states. This concept is the brainchild of Justice U. Lalit, who was the former executive chairman of NALSA. Under his leadership, this movement got a tremendous fillip, and now the Legal Aid Defense Council system is well on track. In the initial stage, as I have pointed out, we had 16 districts. Now today we will cover the entire state by the remaining 17 districts. I have been informed by the member secretary that the offices that are being established in the districts shall provide the following services: legal advice and assistance to all the individuals visiting the office, representations conducting trial, appeals in miscellaneous work in all sessions, special and magistrate courts, handling remand and bail work, providing legal assistance at pre-arrest stage as per NALSA scheme, any other legal aid work related to district courts or as assigned to the Secretary DLSA, periodic visit to jails and prisons of the districts under the guidance of DLSA, Secretary DLSA. I would also request that this mandate should also include providing services for filing applications for parole, etc., by the prisoners who are in jail, and also to co-opt those long-term prisoners serving jail sentences who are in jail and who are enough educated so that they can also become part of the this legal aid movement, part of the process of providing legal aid defense counsel system to the needy. I am sure Telangana Legal Services Authority, which is on the right track, will do all that is required to provide some succor to those persons who are in need of justice but who are unable to access justice. And I am sure with the sound leadership of the Executive Chairman, Brother Justice Naveen Rao, and his team, Telangana State Legal Services Authority will march ahead in the service of humanity. With these few words, I thank the organizers for organizing this function and to kickstart the office of the Legal Aid Defense Counsel system in the remaining districts. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my lordships, for your valuable message. Now it's time to propose vote of thanks on behalf of Telangana State Legal Services Authority on virtual inauguration of Office of Legal Aid Defense Counsel system in the 17 identified districts in the state of Telangana. I am extremely happy to inform that with the inauguration of Legal Aid Defense Counsel system in these remaining 17 identified districts today, the offices of Legal Aid Defense Counsel systems are made functional in all the districts of Telangana. On behalf of Telangana State Legal Services Authority, I convey my gratitude and sincere thanks to the Chief Guest of today's program, Honorable Sri Justice Ujjal Bhuyan ji, Chief Justice, High Court for the State of Telangana and Patron-in-Chief, Telangana State Legal Services Authority, for His Lordship's gracious presence and for inaugurating the Office of Legal Aid Defense Counsel system in 17 identified districts in the state of Telangana, virtually, and for the valuable message given by His Lordships on this occasion by sparing His Lordship's valuable time. I am also extremely thankful to Honorable Sri Justice P. Naveen Rao Garu, Judge, High Court for the State of Telangana and Executive Chairman, Telangana State Legal Services Authority, for His Lordship's valuable suggestions and guidance in getting the Office of Legal Aid Defense Counsel system in the 17 identified districts and making them functional in the state of Telangana. I thank all the Honorable Judges of High Court for the State of Telangana for their Lordship's presence on this occasion. I also thank the Registrar General and all other Registrars of Honorable High Court for the State of Telangana for the cooperation extended by them in making functional of offices of Legal Aid Defense Counsel system in all the districts in the state of Telangana. I thank Registrar IT Central Project Coordinator of Honorable High Court for the State of Telangana for timely providing requisite infrastructure and technical support in making this program success. I thank all the Principal District Judges, Chairpersons and Secretaries of the District Legal Services Authority and all judicial officers for their cooperation. I also express my thanks to the staff members of Honorable High Court for the State of Telangana and the State Legal Services Authority and District Legal Services Authorities. I also thank the print and electronic media for giving wide coverage to this program. Thank you very much.